Well, good evening, welcome back to Rangers Radio. John, myself, Oxford, back in the show. Rangers defeated 1-0 away from home in the quarter-final of the Europa League. Joined myself as Big Stevie. Thoughts, big man?
I'm not happy with getting beat. I said before the ball was kicked, I said that we were pretty capable of handling this team tonight. And it very much became the case when you look at the second half. I thought we were growing more in the second half and coming in. But we started well, Ox. We started well. First 10 minutes, I thought, we're up for it here, we're not all right. And then as they grew into it, I thought players started getting a bit jittery and a wee bit nervous, maybe getting the ball and just punting it out the park, giving them the ball back, punting it up the field, giving them it back. But lo and behold, you take a deep breath, you draw a line and you think about what's happened tonight. Are we capable of doing them? Of course, we're still well in the tie and we're capable of beating them at Ibrox. No problem. I don't think their defence is actually great either. We lacked a bit of creativity for the midfield to front and no cutting edge at all up front. We must be Alfie. I know we've no Goatman. I'm not one to go on about them. The boys are doing their best, Sakala and Roof up front, but they've just not got that cutting edge like Alfie.
Alfie's 15. He's forgetting about it. And the outfield players, he's 15 to 20% of our team, mate. As Bridge always says, he's my best player. And I think we're seeing that, mate. Yeah.
You've got to be honest. The boys are trying their best to come on, Sakala and Roof, but they're just no the wee man, And I thought at one point I'd be shouting for them to take Ryan Jack off, put Lundstrom back where Jack is, and maybe bring on Ramsey for a wee bit of creativity, maybe the ball through to Kent, or, and it just never happened, And then when
I thought Glenn Kamara had a particularly poor game tonight,
Yes, I can only agree. So the way I look at it is I don't think Jack had a great game in Kamara, so that's your midfield dogs, you know what I mean? It's a big ask for the rest of the team if the boys in the midfield are not playing all right. And Scotty Wright, Scott Arfield, I don't think he a particular. I thought he might have been subbed at some point for a pair of fresh legs. I mean, Scotty Wright
appeared more in the game in the last 10 minutes when I had heard him off. I couldn't understand how Arfield or Davis, Ramsey and Davis weren't used as substitutes. What summed up our performance tonight was a few minutes to go, maybe 5-10 minutes to go, we get the ball and everybody's forward. We've got them pinned back for one of the first times in the game. And Lundstrom, who done okay with being spectacular, played the ball out of half. Simple ball, mate, simple ball, and he puts it. He doesn't put enough on it,
I know, I was out my chair shouting him, but he's been one of our better players.
I'm not listening. I think it summed up one night overall. Look, we're still well in the tie, and it's going to be massive Ibrox next week. Right, we get these phone lines open, Biggin.
Well, let's get the troops in and hear their opinions on it. But just before they come on, just remember, guys, we're still in the tie. Draw a line. About what's happening. Braga aren't that bad a team either, by the way. They played some lovely football in that first half of night and spells, so we've got to remember there's no easy games in Europe.
Let's hear from Ace.
Why don't you give us a call on 0141 356 1972? It's your show, it's your platform. Let's hear from you.
Will the manager be unhappy at that result?
Will the manager be unhappy? I don't think so, Ox. I think, I mean, you look at Dortmund, you look at Red Star, we're well in the tie. We're well in the tie.
After they scored the goal, actually, McGregor never did a save to make, did he?
No, I mean, there was one shot from outside the box that he parried behind for a corner kick. But that was it, Ox. It took a bad dip, right enough. I'm not going to blame McGregor for that or anything like that. But our manager be unhappy? I don't think so. I think our manager will have a quiet thought in his head that, look, we know what we're doing in the next tie at Ibrox. He'll size that Braga team up and he'll know exactly what to do the next time. I think with the crowd and the experience we've got, well, we're definitely capable of scoring a couple of Ibrox, that's for sure.
All right, I hope you're right. You know, obviously we need to score 2 and without replying, even if we score 1 away goals, doesn't matter now, you just keep carrying on, you know.
Right. But I definitely think that the players themselves, or even when they watch the game back, they'll see stuff that they've done. I mean, as you said, that Sunday night up in Big Loustrom has been one of our best players the last couple of weeks. Can he make a 5-yard pass? And you've got them pinned back. And it was very much the case, I know. I mean, Kamara, I just thought Glenn Kamara was a bit pedestrian at times, slow and lethargic. And then at times he's great at doing that turn, but couple of wee things with the referee. I don't know how the boy at the back, the baldy-headed boy, didn't get booked in that game. I mean, he should have been. Am I right in saying he should have been sent off for a second tackle? I can't remember.
A different player that made the tackle, but the guy who could have been sent off was a boy who fell ghost right at the end. That was a second year.
That's the one I'm talking about.
Before we bring the callers in, I thought our set pieces were poor tonight.
Can I ask? Tav takes the free kicks. Tav takes the corner kicks. He takes the penalty kicks. Are you trying to tell me that nobody else in that team could swing a ball on? I mean, at one point tonight, it was he wasn't getting enough on it, and it wasn't getting by the first man. And then he was putting it too deep, and nobody was at the back. He was overcutting them. And I'm saying to myself, can nobody else take a chance at swinging this ball on? It just seems to be Tav's taking everything, corners, penalties, free kicks. I mean, come on, there must be somebody else saying, wait a minute, I'll swing this one on. That was a wee bit annoying at times.
So Callum, mate, when you looked at him today and you're thinking, right, okay, we know he's got pace and you've been working on the training ground and you know where to go, his runs were all right, you know. But that pace, you should never be coming back the way. The only shit time you come back the way is to spin and go forward, Stevie, you know.
Aye, and he's a hell of a man for getting the ball trapped in his feet and he can't get it out when he's running, do you know what I mean?
He's also going to hit the target for 12 yards, isn't he?
Oh, yeah, that one that get cut back. He's got to hit the target for the others. You know, I think it was McCoy that said he's got to hit the target there. But look, the boys are trying their best, Ox. You know, you've got to give them their due. Sakala never stopped running. He never stopped trying. And so did Roof when he came on. He flung his cell about there and he's running about. I just thought if we pressed them a wee bit higher and went man for man, instead of letting Roof take 2 guys and let them hit it back to the goalie, if everybody pushed up, I think we might have got something, you know. But it'll be interesting to see what the troops think.
Yeah.
Oh. Hello?
Oh. Aye, something with us shortly.
Aye.
But aye, listen, it wasn't vintage, but historically you'd have took that result, Stevie,
as I said tonight, I was wanting at the very worst a draw. I thought we were more than capable. But look, see, when I watched the overall game, I'm quite convinced that we're still in this tie big time. And looking what I'm seeing, if we step up again and play the way we can play, and maybe get that wee bit of creativity in that midfield, we need to try and split that team. You know, they're a tall defence, so you're swinging balls out at times. And that keeper, let's be honest, the size of that goalie too, you know, so you're wanting a bit of cutting edge. You're wanting a bit of
What
cutting
happens
edge.
when a goalie comes, mate? The pressure it takes off.
Well, that big man done that tonight how many times? You know,
4
and
or 5, mate.
we know McGregor's no one for coming off his line. We know he's no one for playing. This football, man, my heart's in my mouth when the Bears are playing along.
Like a mobile. Your call has been...
Sorry, my heart's in my mouth when they kept doing that tonight, playing wee triangles around about my 18-yard box. I was screaming, just get it up apart. No. But listen, it just shows you again, Ox, about VAR. I mean, there that goal went in and
I thought it was a foul. I thought it was a foul initially, mate.
It was a free kick all day long. It was a free kick all day long.
It was still a shocking goal we gave away. That goal and the other goal and the one at the post.
Yeah, well, see their goal. That boy played the ball through. It hits his own player who knows nothing about it. It goes by Balogun. He tries to stick a leg out and he guides it towards the boy, and the boy runs in and puts a. Don't get me wrong, I think the boy tucked it away well, but our defending on it was, man, again, you know, second boys, we're just terrible enough for when a ball falls in our box, somebody hits it, and then the second ball, it always falls to the opponents.
Yeah, hello.
Hello, I think we've been joined by John. Evening, John.
Aye, speaking to John, aye.
On you go, mate.
Aye, feel that the game tonight, I don't know what's happening. You know, how can how do Rangers take a player from the youth club? Is there a waiting list there? Is it going to be a week? Because the players that I've seen on that park tonight playing, especially when they got that goal, they were all just standing about, just watching. You know, just watching.
It wasn't great, Stevie.
No, you know, we just spoke about it there, about we're defending. They got the last few goals were lost, even against them and Sunday. Second balls, every time something falls in the box, you're well, it just keeps falling to the opponent for me, you know. Our second balls, we're caught ball watching, and a wee calling errors for their first goal. I don't think we're defending was mega bad. I wouldn't say we were woeful, but we've got problems, put it that way. We've got problems, and we need to stop ball watching.
We could have lost 3 goals in about 10 minutes, Stevie. They hit the post, one chopped half, and they scored. You know, we could have been sitting out the tie. Anyway, I think we've been joined by Jordan. Evening, Jordan.
Hi, panel. How you doing? All right?
All right, Jordan.
All right. I'm just getting less and less confident each day, to be honest. I just think tonight proves when we don't have Morelos in the team, we're pretty toothless, to be honest.
He's 20% of our team, Jordan, you know.
Aye, I know. Dylan's a problem.
But you've got to play with the cards you're dealt.
Aye, I know. But I've said it before, until there's a major mentality in this squad, then they'll be classified as serious losers at the end of the day. And people might think I've been harsh tonight, but that's just the way I'm feeling now. You know, the too many of them in there, that squad seem to think that winning one title in 10 attempts or something is winning mentality. I'm sorry. That's not what it means to play for Rangers, and I think a lot of these players don't seem to forget that. And if I'm not up for it, next week potentially determines, you know, we could be out of 2 cups next week. We could be in the semi-finals or possibly in the finals of the Scottish Cup.
You've also got to remember we've not played in that many quarter-finals in our history, ever, Stevie?
No, we have not. Listen, I can understand some of the Bears' feelings, you know. We get gubbed by them on Sunday. Let's be honest, they were ranked rotten. We pounded them in the second half, but again, no cutting edge, no creativity. You know, up front, we just needed that wee spark. We never had it. And as the caller says, Alfredo not being in the team, we are a bit toothless. For me, Alfredo Morelos, we all know what he brings. He can hold up a back for himself. I just can't see Roof or Sakala doing anything like that. And then B. Alfie's got the eye for goal. Just Alfie sees things different with other players, and he gets himself in the right positions. I just think, the caller's right. We're a bit toothless up front when B. Alf's not in the team. But look, we've got to think positive here. I understand the caller's feelings. You get beat tonight. I'm not happy myself because I thought before a ball was kicked, I said that at the worst I thought we would get a draw. So I'm not happy chatting myself. But see, when you look at the game overall, and we were growing into the game, and our best spell probably the last 10 minutes. The tie's wide open. The tie's still open. I think we can pull through this tie. I really do. I think at Ibrox, I think we'll be too strong for them. With the crowd, the atmosphere and everything that goes along with it, I think everything runs against Braga. I wouldn't say that. I'm going to think positive. I'm going to say we'll beat Braga. Sorry, Ox?
You're going to look at the glass half full. We'll beat Braga and we'll win the semi-final. At the moment, that's what you're saying.
Aye, well, 100%. You've got to think positive. You've got to give the team a bit of credit. I mean, I know it wasn't a great performance tonight, and could we play better? Yes, we probably could have. We just lacked the cut. From midfield to front, we just never had no spark at all.
And you come, Jordan?
I do think there's been a major mentality problem at Rangers for the past 4 years, and I think it's still showing right now, to be honest. And until we think that we should be up challenging for every cup, every league, not just Europe at the end of the day, stop taking Europe as a priority. The league's a bread and butter at the end of the day. Went over, sorry.
I get you. I'm disappointed in the league, Jordan, but I mean, for the club, mate, and the prestige and the revenue, this group of players in the last 4 years, they've had magnificent results, but they've also had some shockers in the league, Anyway, we'll be joined by Alex Fiwishaw. Evening, Alex.
Good evening, Ox here. Stevie, Jordan. How are we doing, lads?
Disappointed. Think we can play better.
Oh, we can certainly play better, but we've got to remember this round's it was our 180 minutes. That's us. We've got beat 1-0 there, and we could have got beat easily 3-0. Let's be quite truthful here the way we played. So it's 1-0. We're back at Ibrox next week with the crowd. But what I've got to say, we've got to improve. The final third we've got to improve. He's got to solve some to try and get somebody to score a goal. The crowd will certainly not score a goal. I'll back the team. But the defence as well. There's some of the decisions they're making. Back to the whole stuff. It was really poor. But I'm keeping positive.
I thought the midfield was part of the problem tonight, Alex.
Well, I was on the lobby, and I turned it. I asked to myself when I was picking the team, I was looking for Ramsey definitely and Stevie Davis. That was the two that I'd says, and neither of the two of them were there. So I don't know what's going on there. But Ramsey would definitely help that team. And Sakala, we've all been crying out for him. He was up there playing centre forward. Let's be quite truthful. The guys, he'll run all day, Oxford. He'll run all day. But see, he can't take a first touch and the ball gets dangled between your legs, and then you do get a clear chance. And you're there near, it was like Murrayfield. That's not a striker for Rangers Football Club.
He's likeable, fast, and he's raw. And I'm being polite, Alec.
Of course, sure. But they want to hang him out. But the point is, he was the guy we wanted in there tonight, and he had a great chance there. There's a lot of work to be done in him. I don't know. And we've said it before. We've got to move on for Alfie. He's not there. He's not got to be there at the end of the season either to be found out. Well, he's not going to play the end of the season. So we've got to get some solution here. Because the tie, we can turn it around next week. But we've got to get the desire back and get the mentality to win these games. That was us going for a semi-final tonight, and you're saying to yourself, come on, somebody just do something a bit different, and it wasn't there.
Ali, would you agree with me that we've said that all season about the Rangers?
Sorry?
Would you agree we've said that all season? Getting the hunger back, needing to improve. It just seems to be kind of constantly, nearly every single game that's happening.
No, you're quite right, Jordan. Everybody's all hurt with it all, but we keep going on. We're hoping for the next week, and the next week is going to warm up. I did say last week's result, if we'd have won that, the momentum would have took him in tonight. And we're struggling at games. There you go, one guy that we've all spoke about, we never thought he'd come back, Big Bonner. Right, even myself. And he comes back and he played no too bad. Albeit with to put Bass in there at centre back. But the problem is, when we're on the ball, there's nobody really prepared to take the ball and make that pass and shooting outside the box. That time, there were three of them just outside the box, and they're just saying one to hit it, and they played it to each other, and finally it broke down. I don't know if they've got the confidence. But the main thing is, we're still in the tie.
Yeah, we'll be joined by Carl. Evening, Carl.
Oh, good evening, Ox. How's things? Are you happy with the performance?
No.
No, neither am I. Hey, can I say, don't blame the forward players. You're looking for Sakala to run onto a ball that's popped over. But we can't. We've got to play it sideways. We've got to play it back. We've got to play blind passes. Back nine. Not the front two. The back nine. Counting your so-called midfield as a defence. We play, McGregor can't kick a ball. We spend more time trying to make wee triangles at the back when people are pressing up on us. I can't understand it, Ox. I cannot get all this. And I love McGregor. I've seen McGregor for, since he's been there. And you just go, this is something wrong.
Cal, I said it before you come on, mate. My heart was my mouth for these wee triangles they play at the back. McGregor, we all know McGregor's strong point. He's a shot stopper. We know he doesn't like coming for crosses, and we know sometimes his distribution can be a wee bit woeful at times. But I don't think I can't. The whole back four, they're lacking a bit of confidence. They're just lacking a bit of confidence, Cal. But let me tell you, you say don't blame the forwards. That we had nothing from middle to front. Nothing from middle to front.
That's what I'm saying, we had nothing there. You can't expect people that, Sakala's fast. He's no classy. He's never going to be. But the shot that he flapped it, not the one that went over the bar.
Aye.
Why did Kent pull out of it? Gone for it. Kent bricked it, man. Don't kid yourself on. Look at the replay. He bricked it 2 yards before. He bricked it, man.
I think Kent done a couple of nice things with the piece.
Aye. Is that enough for a whole season?
No, his numbers aren't good.
No.
Alec, I thought Kamara, particularly the first half again, passed him by.
That was another one. I was crying to get back in the team. When you seen him in the first half, you're right. He just wasn't there at the races. Even picking the passes up, they were going. Oh, he didn't even make the player. He was so slow, lethargic.
Yep.
Once when you call it, they took Ryan Jackov right enough. I know he'd been booked. Maybe it was tactical or maybe it was an injury. I don't know. But the thing is, Kamara. No, he wasn't. Kamara then went back into his position and he played not too bad. But see, overall, the thing is, see if we don't score goals, the defence is always going to be under pressure. This is what happens. And there's a mistake in the back four. Let's be quite truthful. It's been happening all season. But when you get the ball in the net, we've got to get a solution to somebody to put the ball in the net. That's how I see it.
Which for goals came favour? Goals no scored tonight. Ramsey. Away the goals and then Ramsey. Yeah.
That's exactly. What's happened with Ramsey tonight? Is he injured? Did they make a statement?
I don't know, mate. I really don't know. Anyway, we've also been joined by Kenny. Evening, Kenny.
Hi, good evening, Alex, Stevie, and all the rest of you guys. I think this season could possibly implode, Defensively wise, I think we're really lacking, an average Celtic team on Sunday there, and they are average at best. So when does that make us? Midfield, there's no thrust up front. Alfie, we really are struggling. Where do the goals come from next week? And by the way, I'm still optimistic. Yes, Stevie, the tie is still alive, but we can't score.
Stevie?
Well, listen, I'm just going to stay. I'm just going to stay. I'm going to stay with him and be confident and try and keep things up. Try and keep a mindset, because we can't get into games thinking where are we going to get the goals from. I mean, as Ox said there, goals have came for Ramsey, they've came for Connor Golson. There's nothing stopping us getting a set piece at Ibrox or Hampden and one of the boys getting up and scoring. We're pretty
It's fair enough, Steve, right? It's fair enough, right? Your set pieces, right? You seen it on Sunday. It's overshot with Tavernier. It doesn't get by the first defender. The set pieces are crap right now, so you can't depend on that.
I said to Ox before a ball was kicked, is Tav the only guy in our team that takes free kicks, corner kicks, penalty kicks? Is there nobody else to say, look, Tav, I'll swing this ball in? I don't know many times it's undercooked or overcooked. I've said that, and I've said it before. I'm not having a pop at Tav, because sometimes you can get that ball where you go, wow, what a cross that was, pinpoint. That happens, and probably against Braga next week, it might be one of the ones. But look, we can pick the bones out at Kenny. We can dress it up and dress it down. We know we've got problems defensively. We know we've got problems in a mindset when Alfie's known our team. But we've just got to get up and go on with it. We've got to try and find a solution. And as fans, the only thing we can do is get behind the team. If we put the white flag up, what chances, as everybody's coming on and saying about mentality, if we've got that mentality, well, surely that'll filter into the team. I get everything you've said. You're totally right in everything you've said. Celtic are a bang average side. That was an annoying thing for me. I'd have rather get beat by a Celtic team. You can say, well, no, a bad side. They were garbage and they beat us. And they beat us because we're ball watching. The one every second ball, it fell in the box. They get men into the box. I don't know how many times a night we might have got somebody up there and there was nobody in the box. You're going to get bodies into the box. The last 10 minutes was my best spell of that game, and you're screaming for bodies to get into the box. But as Ox said, that somebody's up tonight when your best player the last few games, Big Lundstrom, can't make a 5-yard pass, and you've got them in back. You've got them in a good position. Things just aren't going right for us, everything's running against us. But look, as fans...
Stevie, all that stuff that you're saying, and I totally agree with you, mate, it's sticking out for the start of the season to me, to the defence, to the midfield, every part of that team, to the end of August. Goldstein should have been sold in August. The club started cashed down on him. Then comes the second transfer window in January. We signed Ramsey and the other boy from Manchester United. Why was no striker signed? Why was another defender no signed? The signing policy at Rangers, I'm really looking at Ross Wilson big time now, actually. The line in one striker, they bring back Itten, who I'm quoted on here saying last year, slept with a striker. That was my words. And I still made. Why is there another striker never signed?
We can't answer
because they can't score goals, and that's the problem.
We can't answer.
And defence, we lose the second ball all the time.
Kenny, you're saying you've been saying it for the start of the season. I was saying it for the last 6 games or the last 7 games when we won the league the year before. Since we got over that line and won that league, our performances dipped, if you can remember right.
Of course.
So it was before this season started, I had a wee few question marks there.
Cross-shoes too. I've got listening to Cross-shoes too. We've been joined by Juicy. Evening, Juicy.
Good evening, everyone. Hello.
Yeah.
All right.
I thought...
hurry up, I've got my work in the morning, so Stevie.
With the first half, guys, I thought we were inviting a lot of pressure. You know, we were giving cheap balls away. You know, with all greatest respect to Braga, They weren't amazing, but we were certainly not good tonight, guys. However, the substitutions, I think we should have made those earlier because it did impact the game. We did start to get more of the ball. We were creating a bit more, but as you guys said, the forward line just wasn't doing enough when they got it. And to be fair to Kent, he was having to work really hard tonight defending a lot. The guy was coming back for an awful lot of stuff, but obviously it puts him out of position from the forward player. And to be fair to Kent, he's done that a lot for us this season. The guy comes back and defends and really does help at the back. But that obviously leaves us wanting going forward again. We were poor tonight, but there was only one goal in this game. And as you guys said, all it takes is a set play or something like that to get back into it at Ibrox. We're going to be up against it because they're still a pacey team. They switch the play very quickly and they do get it up the pitch quickly as well. We're still in this tie, guys. Look at the other three games tonight, all 1-1. All of the matches are tied. So this isn't over. You could argue we've got away with one little bit because they hit the post. They had a goal that was rightly VAR'd off, but it could have easily SPL. That's a goal, mate. We could have been 2 down by half time. But we're still in it, guys. We could get ourselves through to a semi-final, but we're gonna have to play like we did once we'd made those subs. Because we did come to it.
We'll be joined by Roy. Evening, Roy.
Hi, mate. How you doing?
All right, mate. What's on your mind?
A few things. Just want to say, good work for the guys tonight. I think they had a really, really hard game in front of them after the defeat against Celtic. So I think all Rangers fans have the same feeling. We didn't have the best feeling in the club over the last week, but I felt like the guys went out and done their best. So obviously, thanks very much for the Rangers fans going out tonight. They're also to Braga and support the team like we always do. So well done. My concern I'd like to discuss with you guys is the fact that we create so many chances in a game and we just never ever seem to have enough firepower up front. I mean, it must be a concern for a lot of Rangers fans where you have so many crosses coming into the box, you have so many chances created from midfield, and at the end of the day, the ball, the delivery, compared to last year when we won the league, it's just not the same. I mean, what do you think has changed, guys? I mean, it's a question to everyone. How come we've got a better team, in my opinion, than what we had last year? But how come we can't finish the game? We just can't score the goals.
I'll go to Alex with Wishaw for this. He's a tactical genius. We basically played a 4-3-3 and we play a 4-2-3-1 now, which means you've got 2 sitting midfielders. Some people say it's more attacking, and I don't know if it is. Alex?
I agree with you there, Oxer. There's been a problem scoring goals. It's been like for weeks now, probably all season, and that's cost us and all. But there's chances created to us, and we just don't create them. Sometimes it's a lot, the ball doesn't fall for you, but when you look back there's a corner comes in. Connor Goldson's got a header, a free header, right? 9 out of 10 it's on the target. It's wide. Now I'm just hoping next Thursday we again. As I say, it's only 1-0. It's not a bad result. If you take it on, if everybody just sits back, we get into the second leg and we've got to come out. Because believe me, that team will come at us. Young boys are full of pace. They play nice 1-2s with each other. So we've got to take any chances we get, whether it's free kicks. I've got to agree there on Sunday we couldn't get out of the first man. There tonight, the boys went out of the full team and the boys out the park. There's nothing just set. It just seems to be all over the place at the moment. But I've got a funny feeling we'll just sneak it next Thursday. I'm really hoping anyway.
Yeah, I think you're right. I think they're a better side than Braga. I mean, they are always going to be good at home, right? I mean, I was at the game. I travelled all the way from Malta to watch the Dortmund game, and wow, what an atmosphere and what an amazing night it was. I don't know how many of you guys were there, but wow, what a team. But we can't keep on riding our luck, because at the end of the day, when you make chances, you've got to score. And my concern is with the team is it's obvious now that we don't have a number 9, right? So if we don't have a number 9, guys, as much as Roof tries, he's not going to put the ball in the back of the net. It ends a waste of time, right? Again, he's not got enough time on the ball. He's not had a lot of games for a lot of months, right? I don't even think the players have faith in him to put the ball in the net anymore. So my question to you is, how do we get past this problem where we don't have Alfie, and Alfie was never going to be a number 9 anyway, because he's everywhere. We miss him, I get that. But the problem with Rangers is we don't have another McCoy or a Mark Hakely, and that's been a problem for the club for a lot of years, in my opinion. They've never addressed it. So we'd be right in saying that if we solve that problem, like this season, going into next season, that we have an amazing team, or are we just panicking a little bit because we lost Alfie?
I think we've been short in the forwarders all season, even with Alfredo playing. Stevie?
Yeah.
Aye. Look, I don't think we can fix it. I really don't think we can fix it this season. Alfie's out. We're going to have to bite our bottom lip, guys. We're going to try and have to just hope that we get a bit of luck. Maybe Roof's in the right place at the right time. Or, we just need to get behind Sakala and Roof the new. That's all we've really got up front. There were hopes the new guys. Regarding the game tonight, I've said that after watching it, I said before the ball was kicked, I thought we could hold our aim, no problem against this team. And I wanted a draw at the least, but I've watched the game tonight and I thought, after the final whistle blew, I wasn't so much angry. I was just, I'm looking and I'm going, we could definitely win. I'm disappointed, but we can win it. The tie's wide open.
They're not that good. I mean, sorry to interrupt you, but to be honest, that Braga team is not world class. They're beatable, right? You had a couple of good touches in the midfield, but we pretty much gave them that goal, right? It was a missed kick by Tavernier, right? Which he's always going to be our captain. He's always going to be the man that wears our badge. I get that, and I'm not anti Tavernier whatsoever. I actually think the guy's fantastic, and he's a legend of the club. I'm not going to open that Pandora's box with him. But at the end of the day, it's silly mistakes on the defence, which we never had last season, which sometimes you can get away if you score goals. My concern with the Rangers team that we have right now, guys, is as a manager, you put yourself in Gio's shoes. You know it's not working by changing for the Sakala guys, right? Because they're wide guys. Mike, what I would do, I would put him through. I would maybe put Kent through the middle for a change and see what he can do on last man.
I'd rather put a Rebo there. I've cut across here. Hello. We'll be joined by an article. Hello, mate. How you doing? Just wait. We'll come to you, mate. How you doing?
Sorry, bud.
All right. What's your name, mate?
It's John.
John, how you doing? What's on your mind, John?
I'll tell you what it is, pal. It's just basically a lot of what you are talking about there in terms of the forward position and stuff like that. Basically, obviously, it's going to be a hard task to replace Alfredo, but I don't know if you guys think the same, but a lot of our play comes through Alfredo, we all know, but a simple thing, a striker holding the ball in and the ball goes up top, I think that's where a lot of our other players come into play. Your wingers either coming inside or going down fullbacks, and then having your other fullbacks getting forward. And a simple striker holding the ball up is all we really require. But we spent money on 2 strikers when Steven Gerrard was there, and none of them have come up trumps, and that's your Kemar Roof and your Cedric Eaton. Now, they're both total different strikers, and these 2 guys were brought in to replace Alfredo, allegedly. And I don't know what you think, but they're nowhere near the type of player Alfredo is, and he's he's the type of guy that we rely on an awful lot with his style of play. What do you think of that?
Good question for a first-time caller, Stevie.
Aye, that's a good question, aye. For me, Alfredo, listen, we seem a bit toothless when Alfredo's not in the team. Alfredo gives us a mindset. He occupies a back line. Roof will not do that. Roof's a boy that can run 80 yards with a player and not put a tackle on. He can be very frustrating. Very frustrating. And Sakala's just not that boy at all. Sakala's not a tackler or a physical player at all, and I just, well, look, we can go on and on and on about what Roof's got and what Sakala's got and what Alfie's got. Look, Alfie's not there. The two boys are trying their best. The only thing we can do to help the boys is get bodies into the box. How do you do that? You do it tactical wise. The manager will need to come up with something tactical. And as far as the support goes, if we put and we gee up on these two boys, then we can't keep talking about their mentality when our mentality is the same. I'm sorry, I'm not saying anybody can't criticise them, because they're open to criticism. I mean, I just think the whole team tonight, they weren't at their best at all. And how we're still in the side, and you've got to ask yourself, if we play
all right,
you're talking though as well, sorry to interrupt, but even on the defence part of things, I mean, all bar maybe the odd one or two in the defence, we've kind of had the same defence for the past 4 years. And for all bar last year, when Alan McGregor was in great form, we've been talking for the past 4 years the mistakes of the exact same defence. It's the same thing for 4 years.
You can't just give Alan McGregor credit for being brilliant last year. That back five were brilliant last year. I mean, they broke us the records. They only let in 13 goals. But one season's no good enough for Rangers. Just having that one season mentality. I get where the bells are coming for, but we can't nitpick and say one guy's great and the rest were rotten. But look, I get the frustrations. We get beat with a monkey mob and they're not any great shakes at all. And we get beat with a team tonight that I think were more than capable of handling it tonight anyway. But look, it is what it is. I'm drawing the line. I'm stepping back and I'm looking at it. We are still well in this tie. Go to Dortmund.
Back can you come,
Roy, just a comment. Do you believe that the league is officially over? Do you think that if Celtic got 3 points that we've absolutely got no chance of winning this league, are we giving up already?
I don't think we've given up, mate, but I just don't think we're needing other teams to do us a favour. And the games are running out fast. There's only 18 points to play for, and we're actually only technically 7 behind, mate. It's a lot of ass. So,
very true. Very true.
But we'll see how it goes. We'll never give up, Alex, will we? But
I don't think we should. I think we should get behind the team as we always do, guys. And you know what? If you look at the Liverpool-Man City situation, they were 17 points ahead. And you know what? It's always easy to be top of the league. Sorry, it's easier to be top of the league. And I think that if they lose or draw over the next few weeks, the pressure's definitely on until they get them back again at Parkhead. And you know what? I actually believe that if Neil has a few weeks, in my personal opinion, to sort out the striker problem, and if he does sort out that out over the next weeks, we've still got a chance at every competition. But I think primarily, until we sort putting the ball in the net, and I think you will agree with me, until we sort that out, then we've got no chance. So, submitting for him, I think he's really got to play his starting 11, his best 11, and get some confidence back and put the ball in the net. That's my opinion. I don't know how you guys think about it, but we've got to start scoring goals again.
Alex, for sure. I mean, we do need a bit of confidence for somewhere.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Agreed.
Absolutely. Yeah. I thought, would you call it, Ramsey was going to be that guy. So, yeah, I thought Ramsey was going to be that guy.
Chances.
Wait a minute, let Alex speak, mate. Yeah, one at a time. Wait for your name, mate.
Sorry, I apologise. Alex, continue. Sorry, continue.
Yeah,
Sorry.
The confidence, I thought that was the guy. I thought, would he call it, Ramsey would have been that guy. And he never even made it tonight. I mean, I don't know. But the point is, we've got that. But we're asking her about the league. It's not in our DNA to surrender anything. But realistically, we're 7 points behind now, and we've got to rely on other teams. We had a chance here ourselves, and we failed, right? That's the bottom line. But this European game tonight was an absolute big, massive game for us. Let's be quite truthful. Next week is going to take some effort here to overturn us. All I'm saying, we've got the capabilities of beating Braga. But we've got to find the solution to try and put the ball in the net. And that's what's going to count here. How we do it, I don't know. Whether it's a free kick or what it is. The strikers, you've got to remember, Ruth's a poacher. That's what that guy is. He's a 6-year. That's what he plays with. We've got to get the ball into him to have any chance for him to score. Sakala will raving about him tonight to get down there for his pace up front. And he had a chance. To me, I know it's only one, but when you take two defenders out and you're going through and you hit the ball, you've got to hit the target. And that tells me he's not the answer. I hate saying it, he's not the centre forward. He's probably better out the wing, running there, going to the byline and trying to get the ball out.
I thought he started the game okay, and after about 15 minutes he was pretty non-existent, if I'm being honest.
He was okay. He'd a left back, he'd that left back in toast. That left back didn't know what to do with him. But the problem is, when you play that system, and he's going to be leading us, you've got to rely. Ryan Kent done some running tonight. He was even back there defending, making last-ditch tackles. I thought he played really well. The best man was
Scott. Alex, sorry to interrupt you. Scott Wright.
Kenny, let Alex finish.
Can I say something to you, right? See, 2 weeks ago there, Scott Wright, 2 weeks, probably 3 weeks now, Scott Wright, Itten, Simpson and Stevie Davis were in the pub in Aston Lane. My boys was in it. My boy gets 42 with Stevie Davis, right? The next day we were playing. So they four weren't even in the pool. That tells you that's 2 weeks ago. Stevie Davis then left to go to Northern Ireland. The other three's never been anywhere near. So that tells me they're not going to get a chance. It doesn't rate them. So you can forget A3.
And you come, Kenny.
Well, expect to sign the policy again. You know, Scott Wright, I mean, let's be honest about it. He was an unknown to Aberdeen. Did any really notice him? Kent's out for a number of weeks. He should be claiming his place. Couldn't he do it? He's got to go along with a good few other ones. I'm sick of making excuses about this Rangers team. Last season, that team reached their peak. They reached their peak. Big mistake, no signing Goldstein in the summer. Get rid of him. Even Tavernier, by the way, you know, in the summer, it's a total rebuild for this team. I would even look at Tavernier, the midfield, Jack, and all that, who wants to keep playing for Scotland, or who will get injured again. If you get right through the team, we need about 7 or 8 new players, first team players, build the team, and the boys like that, boy Lowry. It's not good enough. And Ross Wilson, you know, the signings in January, but all crying out for another striker. That was the one thing I kept saying. Anything happens to Alf Morelos, we are screwed. What? Bring back
Kenny, cheers for that, mate. Cheers for that. Well, Stevie, we've reached that time of the evening. As it put the great into great button, we'll need to go, mate. Last word for your good self, Stevie.
A lot of people are saying tonight, where are we going to get the confidence for? Look, when the Bears come out that turn on, they see us storming there. They see the Rangers, fanatical support they've got. They don't need nothing more than us. We're all together, and just let's try and get behind them. We're still in a couple of things here, and let's get behind the team and let's do it. I know it's hard around, morale's down. We're looking, where are we going to get something for? A wee bit of luck here or there. Guys, it's all post-mortem stuff. We can pick the bones out it. We're in Europe, we're still in with a shout of getting it. Let's just get behind the team next week and let's do the business. See where it takes us. Everybody can go on.
Yeah, thanks to all the callers tonight. Special mention to Roy and John, first time callers. Great to hear from them. A lot of people couldn't go on, but obviously, welcome back tomorrow night. Thanks for listening, everybody. Thanks for joining us on the show. Stay safe. And we'll be back tonight. Tomorrow night, I think.
Great show, sir. Thank you.
Well, we try our best, Alex. You're a big party, mate. You know, I'll just try to see who's on tomorrow night. We'll be back tomorrow night between 8 and 10. The bridge will be made as a view for the bridge, and we'll look forward to it. Thanks for listening. Stay safe, everybody. Take it away, old school blue.
I sailed the wild Atlantic across the broad Pacific shore. I sailed around the stormy capes and I've heard the 40s roar. I've flying the Indian Ocean, I've sailed the China Sea. But there's a sea back home in Scotland, more than all the rest to me. It's the blue, blue, blue sea of my drop. It's the greatest sight that I have ever seen. It's the blue, blue, blue sea of my drop. And it's not on the really that they are clean. No more I'll sail the seven seas, no more I'll ever roam. No more I'll feel the urge again, I'm back where I belong. And we will walk each other day, I'll join the mighty throng. With flags and banners all around, I'll proudly sing this song. It's the blue, blue, blue sea of my drop. It's the greatest sight that I have ever seen. It's the blue, blue, blue sea of my drop. And there's lots of the really big they are seen. It's the blue, blue, blue sea of my drop. It's the greatest sight that